Hey, this is Rick Reichert bringing you another awesome Rock on the Range moment. We're dealing.
Hey, it's Loper and Randy backstage, Rock on the Range 2015, and Slash is offering Randy, I think, some snuff. Is that technically snuff? What is that?
Snus.
Snus?
Get it right.
Yeah,
Snus.
S-N-U-S.
Man, dude, I got to tell you, man, this is a really cool moment. I mean, you are one of the legendary figures in rock and roll, like in the flesh. And what's so cool, man, is I was thinking about this earlier, is that you have made such amazing music, not just with, Guns N' Roses. Like, even if that band didn't exist, like with Velvet Revolver and now what you're doing with Miles Kennedy, I mean, it's just all so good. Is that like a cool feeling to have all that different body of work?
Keep evolving, you know?
It's just nice to be able to do what it is that I love to do and to be able to continue to do it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a hard thing to maintain for a lot of people. A lot of people get sick of the work that goes into it or the pitfalls of having to, travel and this and that and the other. But I love everything about what it is I do, and the fact that I just inspire to keep writing and keep at it. That's what I'm happy about.
All right, so I know you have a theft problem, especially when you're younger. I had a theft problem too.
Yeah.
Is it true you stole your first top hat because you needed like some signature look? You were going for something, right?
I didn't know what I was just looking for a cool hat. Is what it was, and I saw it, and I thought, oh, that might be cool. We had a show that night,
okay,
and I didn't have any money, so I tried it on, and then I took it off, and I just walked out of the store with it. I figured if anybody said anything, I'll
go
them,
back.
Oh, I forgot, or something. I don't know. But
okay,
anyway,
what about
so
the belt buckle? You shoplifted that too?
Yeah, from the store next door.
Slapped it together.
I used to be really good at that stuff.
I was too. It's a
trick?
sad.
I mean,
I put stuff on underneath my clothes, and I hate to say it because I have 4 kids now.
Yeah.
So if they ever listen to this, Mom didn't steal, but I did that. I feel horrible. Do you feel horrible, or you don't care?
Well, I mean, I actually went back to the store to try and pay for it years later, but they went out of business, and I felt like it was my fault.
It was your fault, Slash. It was totally your fault.
I mean,
so when you show up, like, what do they say? Do they
weren't
know
there.
Oh my God! Oh, okay. I can imagine they're like,
No,
no.
I mean, but they knew me at that store to an extent. I mean, I'd been in there, and I'd gone back there and bought stuff before I really had a lot of money. I've been in there with girlfriends and whatnot, but I never did tell them until I thought to tell them way later, and then it was too late.
Okay,
So-
wait, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because we're on the top hat. I don't want to stray from that right now. So you're associated with, have you ever thought about this? Abraham Lincoln and the Penguin.
I've never thought about
the
that.
The 3 of you, I know, this is what I do all night when I think about questions I'm going to ask you. You three can have nothing in common except for a hat. Isn't that weird? Like those.
Well, no, Lincoln and the 3 of us know, but Lincoln and the Penguin did wear a very similar suit.
yeah, you ditched that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
really into
The
the
top.
So, I was talking to Marty from Boba Flex. I don't know if you know who that band is or not, but
Yeah,
those
okay.
guys are big fans of yours. They played down at the JRR show the same time I guess you guys did in Orlando. And he said that one thing that stood out to him was not only, obviously, Miles has an incredible voice, and you've worked with some of the best, I mean, arguably the best rock singers ever, but your bass player is ridiculous, too.
Yeah,
he can sing, man.
The 2 of them fucking work great together. When I first met Todd, he was just introduced to me when I was looking for a bass player in a pinch by Brent Fitz, because he knew him. And he walked in, and he's an incredible bass player. And it wasn't until a week in that I realized that he was a great singer too. And they started to have this sort of vocal team that they've in the studio. It's amazing how they work.
Was he a Faster Pussycat?
No.
No, okay. Yeah, I got to tell you, man, the new record's really good, obviously, but Rock on the Range, it's kind of become like this whole deal. I mean, like, do you guys like bring extra? Like, are we going to get like a song that we've never heard before? Is there anything you guys are working on?
Unfortunately, as great as the digital age in some ways can be, one of the reasons we don't do new material live anymore is because it'll be online before the show's over.
That is interesting too.
You can't really release material that way unless you really intend to do that.
Do you think it's the audience, like the people that listen like to metal and rock and roll music? I don't know about that because you see like pop music very successful, but it seems like the culture and the people that listen to rock music are more savvy online to download stuff like torrent.
Rock music has always been something that was bootlegged.
Yeah, for sure,
And,
right?
I mean, I used to buy bootlegs and it was great, but now what happens is it goes online and it shares it and it just goes out really quick, and it just lessens the blow. It's not even a money thing for me. It just lessens the blow of the material when it actually comes out. Sometimes the recording quality is really diluted, this and that and the other. So if it's going to be that widespread, you got to really know if you want to release it that early or not.
All right, mine are all like girl questions. Like, where do you get your
Girl
clothes?
questions.
Well, because where do you get your clothes? My last was about stealing clothes, so it's sewed on. Like, you have to have someone make that, right?
A friend of mine actually sent me some
See,
shirts.
I knew
and
it.
So,
All right, I could tell.
yeah.
Well, hey, man, we appreciate you spending a little bit of time. You know, obviously, everybody here in Columbus, huge fans of all the projects that you've done. We appreciate you
No,
being
I'm
on
a
Blitz
huge fan of
TV,
this
man.
Festival, so it's all good.
Yeah, dude, Slash, man. Thanks, bro.
Cool, man. Cheers.
We're live here at Rock on the Range. More coming up next.